everybody. We are going to get started here, which is super exciting. Welcome to Friday at Microsoft Ignite. Is this, okay, you awake? Have you had coffee? How was that party last night? Did you have a good time? I hope you did. You know, one of the funnest things is to get to go to an event like that and know that everyone you're surrounded with is as much a geek as you are, right? And geeking out on Harry Potter and just having a good time. And so I knew I had 2 sessions today and I needed to save my feet, so I let all of you go and I stayed home. So I could be bright and shiny for all of you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Hang on one second. Let me go ahead and switch my screen over. Get going on here. So we are going to talk about transforming end user training today. And we're going to talk about something that I am super excited about, which is Microsoft 365 Learning Pathways. This really is a complete example of various groups coming together across Microsoft to do something to enable our customers. I'm a longtime Sharepoint person and IT pro, and so I was thinking like a customer about how many times I had to go all across the universe to find different content that I needed to either manage my instance of Sharepoint or also help my end users. So I was thinking of these things, and just one note, we have some flashing stuff going on here on this monitor in the front, so if you could come and help me, that'd be awesome. So, you know, there's information all across the ecosystem, and you want to be able to help your users, but trying to find it all is crazy making. Also, trying to keep it up to date in the era of this evergreen software that you find, and especially with Microsoft Teams, is extremely challenging. And we really believe that it should be up to us to help you do that. We want you to focus on getting business value from the applications, not necessarily having to update your training decks constantly. That would be a bad thing. So we were working on this in Microsoft Teams. I have friends over in Sharepoint who are working on something similar. And then our Marvel team is our fantastic documentation team. They do more than that. They also think about the administrator experience. What does it mean to administer our services? And so we partnered, these 3 groups at Microsoft came together to bring you Microsoft 365 Learning Pathways. So it's really exciting. We're going to go through it today, and I'm actually going to build it out for you. Okay, then let's just turn that off so it's not like gonna give me a seizure. Flash, flash, flash. It is Friday morning. I'm not totally that together. Thank you so much. That was super distracting. Okay, so what is Microsoft 365 Learning Pathways? It is built on a modern SharePoint Online communication site template. Now, what this means is that it also helps you to understand the benefits and the way that modern SharePoint can look. Many people have opinions about SharePoint, and it comes from the fact that they may be stuck in an older classic design that doesn't feel modern to them, or maybe the design was maybe over-engineered a little bit, or they never really understood the deeper value of SharePoint as a workflow automation tool. Right? SharePoint is not just about file storage. There's so much more to it than that. And so we really wanted to leverage that. But we also wanted to have it connected to this online catalog of our content. So we're streaming content to this SharePoint Online template that's inside your tenant that comes from support.office.com. And so that's the Marvel team and all of the great work that they're doing. They do that in partnership with all the different product groups to make sure that there is content available as new features and capabilities come out at a breakneck speed, I would say, at this point. It is customizable, though, because I remember being a customer of Microsoft. And I remember that, you know, I'm going to use it just the way Microsoft gave it to me, said no IT pro ever. No one ever said that. I certainly never did. I wanted to be able to tailor the experience, to customize the content, to maybe apply my own brand to it. And I needed Microsoft to accelerate me as a customer, but not overtake what I was trying to do in my own job, and to be in alignment with my own policies. So the fact that it is customizable, that it lives in your tenant, but those customizations are respected as we stream new content to you, was really an important component of what we were building together. It's easily installed by the Sharepoint Provisioning Service. How many of you have heard of the Sharepoint Provisioning Service here? Okay, a few of you. I'm going to show it to you today. Sharepoint Provisioning Service is a great way, again, to accelerate and install examples of modern SharePoint in your own tenant. Now, I will give you a caveat. To be able to do that, you need to be a tenant administrator. How many of you are the tenant administrator in your companies? Okay? And if you are not, then you'll need to work with the IT pros in your organization to have some of these capabilities available. But I want to pause and say one thing about where we are in this business right now. If you find yourself in this room, that means that you're trying to help your end users. That means you have some accountability probably for the adoption of Office 365 services, or just trying to help people use them better if you're an IT professional. If that's you, own your own tenant. Spend $12 a month, invest in your own career, and provision your own tenant. So you can play around with these things before you ever have to go into your office and ask your real tenant administrator, hey, could you please install this? Right? You want to have knowledge. You want to invest in your own technical acumen. You want to understand also and have empathy for what your tenant admin has to go through and deal with as they work in the modern portal. I say that like it's a bad thing. Actually, it's not a bad thing. It's a great thing, but it's a complex thing. Right? Working in the modern portal, there's a lot of services to manage, there's a lot of capabilities, and many people are using PowerShell to manage especially very large tenants. So it's important for you, if you're not that tenant administrator, to understand that. And so it's about $12 a month. You get a basic tenant, and you can then have your own development sandbox. I have one of these. I have an Azure subscription. That's how I learned Azure. I am not a tenant administrator at Microsoft. I do not have that job. There's only a few people who are actually global administrators of the Microsoft tenant for security reasons. And it is a best practice to actually spread out tenant administration across the workload. So you're an Exchange administrator, you're a Teams administrator, you're a SharePoint administrator, so that only a few people have full access. So if you want full access and you want to be able to test this, know what it's like, go ahead and do that. That's kind of a pro tip. And many people who become MVPs or who work in this business do that so that they can put their hands on it. If you're anything like me, that's how I learn. I have to build it to actually understand it. I can watch this video that I'm making right now all day long, but until I actually do it, I won't get it. So go ahead and do that. And then you'll also be able to do this final step, which is integrate learning pathways inside of Teams, which I'm going to show you how to do today. And that is the final step. We've released an app. It's currently in beta. We're going to continue to improve it, but it brings that SharePoint experience right into the Teams experience. And we like to do that for a couple of reasons. Microsoft Teams, to become the true hub for teamwork, needs to incorporate the other components of Office 365. How many of you have to have more than 10 browser windows open to get your job done? Absolutely. Okay, that's what I'm going after. That's what we're trying to get to, right? Bring those browser experiences inside of Teams. Rethink those workflows. Integrate the core Office 365 apps so that you can get to it there. So people often ask me, well, should I use SharePoint or should I use Teams? No. Teams and. It's Teams and SharePoint. Hashtag better together. Follow that, because those are the scenarios you're going to want to learn and your users are going to want to learn as they're going through this process. So how does Learning Pathways work? So again, I mentioned we have tremendous content available on support.office.com. And that information is updated actually on demand, but we'll be publishing a quarterly update schedule. Right? And so all the information that's about Learning Pathways is available online. I'll be showing you where that is. And we will have an editorial calendar that will be available to you, so you'll know what's coming next. We're also going to be incorporating content from docs.microsoft.com and other types of playlists as we expand that to service IT pros as well as end users. So currently the content comes from support.office.com. It goes into our content delivery network, our CDN. And a note about these CDNs. Obviously, we host that on GitHub. It leverages content from Azure and other locations. But what we're also doing is we're working with partners in this space. There are many fantastic partners who do training content that I refer to as value added. Right? It gives even more insight. It can be customized in your organization on top of and an extension to what we at Microsoft offer. So we're creating a process by which these partners can also have CDNs in this environment. So if you're working with Content Panda or Vitalist, or we have a list of these partners that we're working with, Storyalls and others, they too will be able to deliver content through this platform experience. So we want to make sure that we embrace people who do training for a living. That was one of my first jobs, was being a trainer. I often joke that I taught WordPerfect to lawyers. Woo, that was fun. That was so fun. Yes, really enjoyed that. But it taught me how to, be pleasant in the face of fire. Let's put it that way. And I didn't have these tools at the time, so I spent an awful lot of time updating my training decks every time they changed something. So we want to make sure that those people who have training as a profession, and this is an important thing, being able to deliver on-demand training is an excellent thing. Right? Because people sometimes need to learn in context. They need to learn a short, task-oriented skill in the context of what they're doing. It's one of what we call the learning modalities that people have. However, there are many people who learn best from others. Being a trainer is not a side job. It's a profession. It's a talent and a skill. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that as we invest in these oh my God, that's a huge bug. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Can somebody please make that thing go away? Wow. I'm sorry, I don't do big beetles. I don't do that. Wow. Oh my God, I'm awake now. I'm awake now. Didn't think I could move that fast this morning. Whew. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is it gone? It's gone. Okay. Wow. Okay, back to regularly scheduled programming. I'm lucky I didn't turn and see it. I would have fallen off the stage. Okay. What was I saying? I was talking about the importance of trainers as a profession. Okay, so as you start to use this solution, make sure you're engaging the people in your organization who do training, whether it's the champions you have, the professional trainers or communicators in your organization. That so distracted me. I just have to ground for a second. I have to tell you, that was the biggest bug I have seen in forever, and I'm just having a really hard time getting my groove back. Okay, so. So respect your trainers. That's the net of what I was trying to say. Respect your trainers. It's a talent and a skill. Have the right people doing the training and leveraging the site for folks, right? There are certain people in my organization who are brilliant at what they do, but I wouldn't let them go run a training class. Everybody has a different set of skills, so understand that. Again, here you can see, this is the visual of bringing this integration into Microsoft Teams. And this is something, by the way, that you can do with any modern SharePoint site, right? Even a classic site, if you have, how many of you have SharePoint on-prem still? Some of you are on-prem, okay. Even that ability to pin on-prem pages is available. There's an authentication workflow, obviously, but we hope that you will use some of these tools and make them available in the cloud, and maybe that's how you start learning how to move to cloud, right, with your on-prem installation. And so being able to pin these and specific pages inside of Teams is great. So yes, we are delivering our own training, but the customizability of the solution also means that you can include your own. So think about playlists for employee onboarding, filing, helping customers, ordering hardware, any of that sort of thing. Right? There's a variety of things that you need to train your employees about in context with what's going on, and the solution can be used for that. When you make custom playlists, the new content that we stream respects your customizations. So your customizations will not be overwritten when we stream the new Microsoft Teams playlist to you. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to hop out of this right now, and I'm going to go ahead over into our demo area. That was some kind of sick test the universe just put me through. I'm serious. I hope I passed. I don't know about that. All right. We're going to come over here, and we're going to start with our SharePoint provisioning service. All right. So we have the SharePoint provisioning service that is available here. It really is about inspiration and acceleration. I'm going to scroll down to see the different types of sites that are available, right? And they come in these categories, so organization, department, team sites, community hubs, and solutions. And solutions are where you're going to find learning pathways. But as you go through here, definitely take a look at some of these other implementation ideas for SharePoint. Also, you can install these in your own tenant and then again customize it with your own content. So right now it's going to come with content about Contoso, but you can simply go in and update that to be relevant to your organization and get a head start on what you need. But I'm going to go over to solutions and I'm going to go to learning pathways right here. It's going to give me some information about it, like what site features are used. Every template will do that, what web parts are used in the implementation, and what content is included. So you get full information about the solution that you're installing. So you're going to say add to your tenant. Now I happen to already be logged into this, but you note here, you must be a tenant administrator to deploy this solution. And for those of you asking why, we're deploying an application to the SharePoint app catalog. That app catalog must exist for at least 2 hours before you do this work. If it doesn't, if for some reason you didn't have an app catalog in your SharePoint implementation because you hadn't really deployed any apps yet, the system will tell you, hey, you either don't have this or hey, this hasn't been in your tenant for long enough to be viable for this installation. So you'll get notifications and what have you. But I'm going to go ahead and click on Add to Tenant. And it's going to give me a page here. It shows the credentials that are being used for the installation. This is my demo tenant credential. And by the way, if you get your own tenant, this is what your credential might look like. You'll give your tenant a name, whatever that might be, like my tenant, or think of something else that you might want to see in all your URLs. And then it'll say on Microsoft.com. Right, so that's the standard way that a tenant is provisioned in Office 365. Gives you the ability here to decide where do you want this template to be installed, under sites or teams. So here's another pro tip. I have folks who will actually install this twice in their tenancy. Once as a developer space, once as a test place to work with, for the team to play with, what have you. And then they will do a fresh install to be the production version. No one will see that production version until you add users to it. So you can do that. But just know that you can't actually move your custom playlist from one site necessarily to another. So, if you're going to have it twice there, make sure that you're just using it to familiarize yourself with the solution rather than as a staging area for content. Right? The staging to production workflow that we all used to have and that some of you still have in SharePoint on-prem is a very, very different thing in the cloud. And I would argue that it could be smoother from our side, but you kind of have to be smarter than the software in that you have to create sites and experiences that you move from one to the other and use some tools to do that, including tools from some of our partners. So if you have questions about that, you can ask in the forum in the community. I'm happy to help you, but I do want to point that out. Most people who are doing this, because it is going to be part of their curated and managed intranet, install it in sites. Right? This is simply a construct. It's not really, if you're not familiar with this, it's not really any different necessarily. It doesn't mean that there are different features. But in classic SharePoint, when we were building these things on-prem, we had these two areas that we would install things in. WAC Teams is where we let everybody create their SharePoint sites. WAC Sites was where we made curated intranet sites that were something that the organization was managing. So that paradigm still exists today in the way this works. It gives you a default URL, which I like to change. Sometimes I'll call it just something simple, right? Or our training portal. Or you can call it Contoso Training, right? Whatever you might want, whatever makes sense in your particular organization, this will be the name of it. And you'll click Provision. And when you do that, it's going to validate that site URL. It's going to make sure that your prerequisites are met, that you are an administrator, that your app catalog is available. It goes through and checks some other things. And then it gives you this message, what will be provisioned, right? A template contains the following elements, etc. So it's letting you know what's going to happen, and you need to confirm this, right? And make sure. And also I should note here, Microsoft does collect active usage data from your installation of this template. So it doesn't collect anything personal, nothing of that nature. We just want to know how many people have installed it, were the installations successful, and are you actually using it? Much like we do for our services. But you have the ability to opt out of that if you want. So it's perfectly fine. We use the installation data to measure the health of the tool to make sure that we have enough successful installations, and it lets us know if there's any problems if that metric starts to go down. So even though this is an open source solution, we are treating it from a service management perspective, much like any other part of the product. And now that we have general availability, you can rely on that. And then you'll get here. So you'll confirm that you're doing all that work, and provisioning has started. And so what's going to happen is when provisioning is complete in 15 minutes to an hour, it's going to send you an email address to that administrator account and let you know that the site has been provisioned. When that happens, you can come to your SharePoint home and you will see that the site has been provisioned. I'm going to go and take a look at one I did just about 2 hours ago. This morning. And here we are. Right? And so this is the basic boilerplate of what the site is going to look like in your environment. And again, we're using that hero web part. I'm going to scooch this a little bit. There you go. We're using that hero web part, and we have one article of news that's here. But this is another thing I really want you to think about. How many of you are using news or news pages in your SharePoint today, for those of you in the cloud? Okay, not enough, not enough. This is a fantastic way to share information that's available in the mobile app that you can format in beautiful ways and share with people even over email. You can syndicate it. The news capability is basically a special type of page in SharePoint Online that incorporates images and headlines. And one thing if any of you, pretty much all of you, are project managers in one way or another, I use that news function for all of my project reports. Right? So my project report is actually a news page, and then I can paste it in Teams. I can have the news connector in Teams share it. So that's another little pro tip that's not specific to this session, but something that you should be thinking about as you're using these new templates and moving to modern SharePoint Online is how are you going to use news in your organization, right? To keep people up to date on things they need to know, like maybe a new playlist here. So we just have an example of it, right here. Now, one of the new things that we've added in version 3.0, have any of you installed the earlier version while we were in beta? A few people? Okay, so we do have a version 3.0 now. There is instructions out on our docs documentation about how to upgrade. My advice to you is do a fresh install. That's always my advice in any upgrade. Do a fresh install if you can, all right? Save yourself the pain. You can, it's actually pretty simple in terms of updating the app to version 3, but it would be nice if you did a fresh site. When you get that fresh site, you're going to get this extra button here, Get Started with the Admin Success Center. And basically, we took feedback from our customers in the beta program, which went on for 6, 7, I want to say 8 months. And we really heard that what they wanted was a playlist about how to actually be successful with the site itself. So we used our own technology. We embedded the web part here. This is a playlist that talks about what's new and what's changed. And every quarter, you'll get information to that playlist about new content or new features that we're bringing to the app itself. So definitely take a look at this, and you'll be going through these steps in this playlist. We also have some quick links embedded here. I am going to pop out also to our Learning Pathways documentation. And this is where you're going to find all the various information you need about learning pathways. Your installation instructions, our known issues. There's a guide to for our partners in terms of how they work with it. And then, of course, the links for feedback and support. Again, I want to call out that it is an open source solution, so that means you're going to issue any support tickets that you have in our GitHub instance. We have a staff of people who process those issues, but you cannot get support for learning pathways from your traditional support motions with Microsoft, like your Premier contract or any ticket that you might put in the admin center. So you'll be getting assistance from the team that supports this and the rest of the community as it goes. Okay, so you've got all this information here. You know how to do this. Now let's go take a look at our information, our listing here of the actual pages. So we do use kind of that Spotify model, right? This is a playlist model, and we do that so that people can group together common tasks. We happen to have it organized right now from a product perspective. We're going to be adding different types of categories. There are some additional categories called scenarios and adoption tools. That top level you can't actually edit, but we will be adding some capabilities along the way on that. So we do have that. So I also advise people that, if you have a scenario that's end-to-end, you can put it under Office 365 Basics. You can put it in the Modern Workplace. I have some stuff under Recommended that I've added, which you can edit. And one of the great things about this is all you have to do to turn something off is hit this right here, the little I, right? And automatically, right now, that recommended playlist is going to be gone. Let me go back to it here. I'm going to go to M365 Learning, and it is going to load for me the full version of this web part. This web part also can be embedded in any existing training portal you have. What I'm showing you today is how you install the entire solution. But once that solution is installed, that application that you're looking at right now, this web part, is in your tenant. So you can drop it on any page in SharePoint Online. So you don't have to, yay, okay, I'll take a plus for that. I'll take a plus. Thank you much for that. Yeah, this is really important because, maybe you already have a training portal or you already have an intranet where people already live, right? You just want to get this information in front of them. You can embed this on a page and do some filtering and show what is necessary. So I changed one of these, but I also want to go back here. One moment, please, while I get back to my main page. I'm also going to go, let's say here, Sway, all right? I want to turn off an entire section because my organization isn't using Sway right now. We use other tools to create these interactive presentations. So I don't want to confuse my users, so I'm going to turn it on at the top level, at the product level. And that is going to turn it on when I reload this page here. The Sway content will be gone. So it's really that simple, right? That's really that simple. Well, most of the time it's that simple. If I get really lucky. Let's make sure I did the right thing here. All right, we're going to have that go away, and we're going to come back here. I will refresh in a moment, make sure that my connection is good. If I can get back to my little page. There we go. We're going to turn off every single... What did you say? I do. I have a lot of browser windows open. Yes, I am closing them. I'm having a lot of browser windows open to do my job right now, and that is interesting. All right, I'm going to refresh here. I'm sure this is user error. Yeah, there's a user error in here. So this is me. This is not it because I know it works because I just did it this morning. But what I want to really focus on too is the fact that this customization is something that we want you to be in charge of versus us pushing to you what you should have. There's another piece of this, and it's making your own custom playlist. And so I'm going to come down here in Scenarios in the Modern Workplace. And I created a custom playlist a little bit earlier under actually recommended. And I wanted to do it in recommended because I wanted it to be kind of at the top. We have had feedback that people would like us to have the scenarios further towards the top, above the individual product knowledge. We've definitely heard that feedback. Right now, it is actually towards the bottom. And so, we're aware of that. And more of these capabilities are going to come as we go through the process of releasing our quarterly updates. See, and this is why I had my browser windows open. Let's go ahead and reload this and load this inside of my Teams organization here. Let's go over here. I am going to show you something really cool. So, I'm going to let that load so that I can show you the custom playlist, but in the meantime, I also want to show you the application embedded inside of Teams. And so what we've done here is we've made a very simple application that essentially is a list of links in a JSON file that can be packaged and uploaded inside of Microsoft Teams as an application. Do you have a question? No, it's an open beta, so that's a great question. The question was, can someone get this? Yes, you can. It's available on our GitHub instance for Microsoft Teams. There's a blog post that's going to be going out with instructions for how to configure it next week. You'll find that on our driving adoption blog, and that will include the link to it, to what I'm demoing today. And so, yes, you'll be able to get it. And the thing here is that you can see up here at the top that I have training portal. Right? I have a page that has been embedded for Teams training, right? And we have actually updated this page with additional information and new playlists that are coming from our partners in the Marvel team. These are just the ones that I want my particular employees to pay attention to. Teams and OneDrive is what I'm trying to make sure they understand secure file sharing and make sure that they understand how to work in Teams. But I've also added other things like the IT help desk and the benefits information for them. So you can think that this is the way you bring your modern intranet into Microsoft Teams, right? But these pages, these individual pages can also be pinned in individual teams. Maybe you create a playlist for how to handle customer issues. You want that to go in your customer service team, right? You can do that by configuring that page and that playlist inside of Learning Pathways and simply pinning it inside of a team. So for those of you who may be new to Teams, you're doing that by hitting this plus here. And if the SharePoint site is the same as the team that you're working in, you can use the SharePoint app right here. And it will give you a list of the pages that are in that underlying site. If you're pinning something from elsewhere, then you're going to use the website tab. If you have Microsoft Teams and you hit that plus and you don't see these applications, that's because your IT pros have turned them off. And I understand that. I understand going through the process. But there's not really a reason to turn off the other applications from Microsoft, the ones above right here, right? Maybe you don't want people to use Planner, or maybe people don't have licenses to Power BI, for instance, and that's fine. I can understand that. But Word, Excel, PowerPoint, SharePoint, the website tab, these things, and other document libraries, these things are essential to the functioning of Microsoft Teams. So please go back to your administrators and say, we understand that you want to review third-party apps. We can talk about that in the governance committee that we're going to set up with pizza or cupcakes, right? Bring food to governance. But for these apps that are already coming from our core publisher, we already have a relationship with Microsoft, there's not really a reason to not have those on, right? And especially if you're driving adoption and implementation of Microsoft Teams, Teams is more than chat and meetings, right? To be the hub for teamwork, it has to have access to these apps. And so you can simply click on the website tab and basically pin in any secure website. So I'm going to pin SharePoint page, And I'm going to go over and grab a page from right here. I just take that URL and I'm going to drop it in here. And this option here lets you post to the channel about this page that you've just pinned so people can see that you've done that. And it's going to go ahead and add itself right here within that team. Okay? So this is how you get in-context help to users in the context of the work they're doing. The people in the service management team don't need to see every single thing in the training portal, but they might want to see the one page that has the playlist that's relevant to Agile Service Management or how to resolve a customer issue, right? So being able to build that with the solution is really important. And of course, as you build those custom playlists, all you're really doing is incorporating content from within your SharePoint environment or other items that may be outside of your SharePoint environment. So those custom pages are simply pages within the SharePoint implementation. And you can pin in videos from YouTube, videos from support.office.com, other videos from other sources, text with documents and forms, right? So all of the things that you could put on a SharePoint page, you can incorporate into M365 Learning Pathways and then pin inside of Teams or simply allow people to get to by browsing your corporate intranet. So, this is something that, frankly, I've really wanted to build for the, 20 some odd years that I have been in this business. It's a privilege to get to do this with my SharePoint engineering partners, with folks in Teams engineering, and with the Marvel folks who are doing all this work. And I'm really excited about what the partners are going to bring to the table in this as well. There's so much good stuff that they're doing in the space to enable people. And with regard to that app, here is your link. You're going to want to take a picture of this. There are instructions. When you go to this page, it will give you, this is such a phenomenon now. Everybody takes pictures. It's so cool. We're going to give you the deck, right? But maybe not right away. It's true. There's a delay. There's definitely a delay. What'd you say? Yeah, that's true, right? So here's the thing. This is in beta right now. You can test it in your environment. It's going to give you what you're basically downloading. I do want to show you real quick here. You are downloading these files, an icon file, 2 of them actually, and this getting started zip file is how you actually package the app up. And then the JSON file, I'm going to open it here real quick because I've got the extra time. This is what this looks like. So, you can study this. If you've never been familiar with a JSON file before, they can be very complex. We tried to keep this very simple, but these are the things that you should change. You're going to want to keep the version ID and this sort of information. And we've written the instructions for it. And these are the reference links for our privacy in terms of use and what have you. But as you come down here, I called this app Getting Started, parentheses beta. You can call it whatever you want, right? And you can control who sees this app in the admin center. You can make a policy, and I will show you that in a moment. But so you might want a version of this app that's for your first-line workers. You might want a version of this app that is for your customer service people, right? Or your IT professionals. Maybe you do live site engineering, and you want to teach people about that. You can make multiple versions of this app and control who sees it in the modern portal. But as you go through this and you've given it a description, each tab that shows up in Teams is basically controlled by these 4 lines of code, right? These 2, the content URL and the website URL, are the location of the information inside your tenant. You can use external sites here. Maybe I wanted this to go to my external, like Microsoft.com. Right? I could do that. It is loading the content in an iframe, however. So if you have a custom solution or some site internally that isn't iframe friendly, it can cause you difficulty. Right? We do have a known issue. One of the reasons the app is still in beta is we have a known issue that sometimes when you first boot up Teams before it's fully made all of its connections, that initial page frame will fail to load. So that's the known issue that we're working on right now that we'll be working to resolve. But you can then go in here and change these URLs. Now, one thing I also want you to notice, this entity ID has to be unique for each tab, and you basically make it up. right? If you're a developer, you probably have a preferred methodology for this. For me, I use the date that I updated this URL, the date and time. That was my entity ID. But there's lots of, I'm sure, debate about how to structure entity IDs. I'm not trying to go there. GIF, GIF, not having any of those conversations right now. But my point is, it has to be unique for each tabbed item, right? And so that's all this app is, basically. It's loading up content from that environment, right? And so it's got a permissions identity there that you need to that needs to remain. And this down here is the valid domain. This is the name of your Office 365 tenant, right? So if you've given it a vanity ID, like we have it at Microsoft, then you would put that in as well. Okay? What happens when you do this, you'll make these changes and you will update the zip file that you have right here with your changed manifest. Right? So that will be different. And then what will happen is, let me hop back over to my Teams environment. You'll go into apps and you'll say upload custom app. Upload for Contoso. The first time you do this, it's actually going to create your app catalog that's inside of Microsoft Teams. So there's a SharePoint app catalog that you need to have accessible to put in learning pathways. To put in this app, you need to have the app catalog for Microsoft Teams for your environment. You do have to have rights to do this. Again, not everybody gets to do this inside the organization. That is controllable. It's going to let me navigate to wherever that particular package is. I'm going to click on that package. And you can see I'm uploading a zip file into my tenant. This is why you don't want everyone to be able to do this, right? And this is why you may not be able to do this in your own tenant, which is why you should have your own test tenant to test this stuff in and make sure. But you can see here, getting started beta, all right? It has done that, and it has also, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to click on it. So here's my icon. This is the name of my app, Training Tools for Office 365 Applications. Right? All of this was configured in that JSON file that I showed you earlier. Right? And the capability to control who sees that happens over here in the admin center. Right? So there's a Teams app section in the Teams admin center. And you were able to take a look at the permission policies first. Right? Make sure that you have those set up. But you can see here that here is the global settings for the apps that are available for everyone in the organization. Again, you can have more than one set of policies. So you may have a set of policies for your first line workers or people who are outside of your organization or suppliers who work with you, external guests, et cetera. And then another set of policies for full-time information workers in the place. And you can control the kind of tenant apps that are available to folks. And we can add apps here as well from a tenant perspective. Now I'm going to go over here to setup policies, and again we can see here I have this global org-wide capability. This is how Microsoft Teams looks to every user in the organization by default. Right? So now what I want to do is I want to add an app. Right? And I'm going to go ahead and search by name. Look, there's my app that I just sideloaded. I just updated it. And I'm going to say add. And I'm going to add this here. Now I can control where in this list. This list mirrors the navigation that's here on your left rail. Okay, so you're controlling what people are going to see on the left rail. I have many administrators who change this for their first line workers. For instance, they'll remove files, for instance, or they'll remove calling, but they want people to be able to do chat and have access to Teams, things like that. So it depends on your scenario. Now this one, I happen to not want to have it all the way at the bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and move it up. Now you should be aware that it can take some time. People have to log out of the application and log back in. There's a caching issue, so it's not going to be instantaneous. If I save this, it's going to take a little bit for everybody to have that same experience. It will appear, much like when we roll out services and capabilities to you, it takes a little bit of time. But you have full control of this, right? And you can, again, name this differently, have different types of applications for different types of scenarios. And as I mentioned before, we are going to continue releasing content And some things that you need to know about this is we are doing these content updates on a quarterly basis. Your customizations will be maintained. You can create custom playlists from any content. And these are the partners that we've been working with for many months to have them be enabled to add their content on top of what's offered. And those value-added partners are really important in the ecosystem. Again, those are professional trainers who drive usage and adoption all around the world. Training is not the only thing they do other things as well. And they can help you go through something like this. Like, start with a pilot of your process. Use our adoption kit, which we've just recently published on our documentation site. It gives you an announcement email. It gives you posters and other things. You need to drive awareness and adoption of this just like you would any other service. And also included in this deck, you'll want this picture, is our roadmap. I do want to reinforce that we announced this week that we will have a multilingual solution available next quarter. So right now it is English only. Thank you. I'll take some more applause. Thank you very much. That multilingual solution obviously is very important to our customers, and so is our editorial calendar. And then also, as we get into that next quarter, we will have a roadmap for onboarding vertical solution content. So for education, and for Gov, and for healthcare, and for all of those great verticals that we support. So make sure to go through those next steps. You can find all of our information is available out there for you, and we're available out in our forum. This is the slide I really want you to have a picture of. Right? Make sure you join that Office 365 Champions community. We talk about this solution and many other things there. There's access to all our resources. We can help you help your champions. And we want to make sure you're using our resources that are coming from aka.ms Microsoft Adoption. That is a one-stop shop for teamwork adoption tools that my team and I and many other people are continuing to build. And at the bottom of that page is where you get the link to Learning Pathways. So you just remember that one URL and you can get everything. We're actually upgrading this website in December to add search capabilities and continue to upgrade more of the adoption content for the other services like OneDrive and Yammer and SharePoint. So I really want to thank you for giving me a full room today on Friday. It's really impressive. Thank you very, very much. And also, thank you so much for tolerating the fact that I don't do bugs. So that was awesome. All right, I'll see you all later. Thank you.